Good morning, Thistle Doers. It's Judy from Thistle Do Creations. And today I'm going to do a flip through of my Easter journal and show you some of the things that I'm going to send with it when I send it to Wanda Ford in Nova Scotia. We're doing a Easter journal temporary swap, I guess you would say. So I got this little blue iridescent bag, and I just need to find a sticker to cover this Harley. It's being reused. And so I'm sending her an assortment of ribbons and this little lace with pearls so that she can just have a fresh supply. A few ribbons. They're at least 1 yard each on each little card. And then I'm going to put a few of my silk flowers that I decorated up in a little bag here for her, and a couple of the leaves that I cut out of the Dollar Tree, I think, placemat. So I'm going to put those in a little pink bag. Trying to keep things a little bit flat. And then this pretty bag, I got in here some more torn fabric strips. We've got the silk that I got in Ottawa. I love this stuff. Some different meshes, a copper and a gold mesh and purple organza. This one, and I think this one is cut out of wired ribbon, I think. Forget now. And these ones were just fabric that I picked up at the Mission Thrift Store. Now that one's actually just a ribbon. It's like really cool. I've used this on a project just recently. It has like I thought it was a tube, but it isn't. But it's an expanding kind of mesh. Really cool. So I've found it great as backgrounds in ATCs and things like that. And this is just beautiful, so I thought she'd like some of that. And I haven't looked back, Wanda, in the old videos of things I've sent you before. You may have already got those from me before, but you're getting them again. And then I've got another envelope that I received in a swap, which I just thought was really pretty, with some postcards. So I've got some Ontario, Mont San Savino, which I think is... I'm not sure what country that's in. And then this one I got in a swap. It's a company that does, it's a bed and breakfast, bride's breakfast. But I just thought that was a nice, quaint picture. And Derbyshire, Chatsworth with the bridge. I had a couple of postcards with this on it, so I thought I would share one with her. I like vintage houses, and I love these bridges with the arches. I don't know if you do too, Wanda, but we seem to have similar tastes. And then this one is the 100 Fountain Spa at Niagara-on-the-Lake, which is a fair ways away from me, a couple hours or 3, maybe 4 hours away from me here in Ontario. It's closer to the border at Buffalo. And so I thought just a few postcards, vintage ones. And then a packet of sweet pea seeds and some stickers. These are like a corset design and silver outline. These are, Wanda, these are a little on the old side. These were from my mom's stash. And so they're over 10 years old. But you can always put some glue behind them if you need to stick a little better. But I thought they might be fun to do with a sewing theme or a bride theme journal. And then one of my corduroy notebooks. I don't know if I made a video of this one. I'm thinking I didn't. I did like 4 or 5 videos in a row, and then I stopped doing the videos and just started making them. So I'm going to send you one of these, Wanda, and it's got one of my flowers on the front, and then 4 different trims. We've got some kind of like wicker trim, and then polyester lace, a strip of cotton torn fabric, and then some stretchy lace, which isn't stretchy anymore because it's glued down. But the blue corduroy, I hope you'll like that. It's one of my favorite colors. And then the tuck spots, you know, the extra little bits. I did a whale tail tab with that one. And the tuck spot in the middle. I haven't filled this yet, so I might have to find something to stick in there for you. But I hope you like that. I always like to send something that I've made along with some supplies. And then I thought you might like this, 250 health hints for the new year. And it's a kind of a vintage book. There's not really much in the way of pictures, but we can use it to make pockets or backgrounds or whatever, just something vintage. It's like we have this formula like brides, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Well, we want something homemade, something vintage, craft supplies. So this is a little box that I got earrings in from probably AliExpress. It's been a few years since I bought the earrings. So it's got Chinese writing on it, but what's inside is right out of my craft room. This one is filled with charms and tassels, the little leatherette tassels. I wasn't gonna pull it apart, but I'll just show you what I mean by the tassels. And then there's more three-dimensional things in here that I wouldn't be able to send in an envelope. So that's some of the charms. And then I don't know if you can see that through the, there, get it out. Some of these tassels. So I hope you weren't the one that sent me these, Wanda. I haven't used them, so I thought I would pass them on to you, but I'm hoping that I didn't get them from you. Like I say, I didn't look back. I should have. That's one of the reasons I do the videos, is so I can look back and make sure I'm not sending someone back the same things. But we're gonna send these journals to each other, enjoy them for a while, and then send them back to each other. So if you don't want them, just send them back to me and I'll send them to someone else. Not a big deal. So that one's like, it's heavy and I wouldn't be able to mail this any other way really. Well, I could, but it would cost a lot. So it's a great way to do it when you're doing a flat rate box. And then this one is also full of charms and embellishments from my jewelry making days. And then I did this little Harley Davidson tin. I have several of these, and I don't know if anyone in your family is into motorcycles, but I figured you probably can find somewhere to use it, or you'll find something to store in it, or you'll decorate it and use it for something else. So this one has some M&Ms, flat backs, and some ice cream lollies they have a little hanging loop on them if you want to make earrings out of them, or you could use them as journal charms. And then little balls of yarn, little resin balls of yarn. These were also earrings that I made back in the day. I think they're still available for purchase in my Etsy shop if you want to check it out in the comments or in the description box. And then another envelope. This one has a bunch of assorted things. Some things that I made, some early tags or bookmarks that I made, bridal shower invitation. I should maybe send you a few more of these, and I will. I know you had a wedding in your family last summer, but I want to do a video where I decorate her skirt with layers of lace. So maybe I'll send you a few and you can do them along with me. We'll do another little challenge thing. That would be fun. So I'll send you more than one of those. And then some of these round tags, I've just been hoarding them and not using them, and they're pretty colors, so I thought maybe you'd like those. And then a couple of other just tags. This is one I think I got in a swap. This is one that was a printable that I made, put it onto cardstock. That was a swap one. Bobsey Twins, that's just done on, I photocopied some stuff, vintagey stuff, onto thin watercolor paper, and it really turns out nice. So that's a good hint. And this one's also on the vintage watercolor paper. It's got that texture to it, and it makes it seem quite expensive for some reason. And then this is an envelope that I decorated. Not an envelope, a paper bag that I decorated. So I'm gonna throw in more of those, Wanda, and if you want, we can do that. Or if you don't want to do the bride because you don't have anyone to use that for, the other thing that I was thinking of doing was finding some fashion magazines and doing, like finding a good looking face and torso and then making my own skirt. So we can do that together. That would be fun. And then one more pouch. And then I should probably look back, but I'm going to send you a piano roll. I got a bunch of these and they're expensive to ship. They cost more to ship than the flat rate box costs. So, or about the same anyway. So I'm going to send you one of those. And if you already have some, get using it, girl. And then in this pouch, which I made, which is music paper covered with napkin. And from the feel of this one, it was done with wet glue. It has that interesting feel. It was a very thick napkin too. And I just love this envelope. I'm going to have to make some more like this. But it just has some of my torn sheets. And these are vintage rosebuds sheets in blue and violet. So I got them at the Mission Thrift, washed them, and then just sat on the porch last summer and tore them into all different sizes of strips. So that's coming your way as well. And those are great to use as well. So that's the goodies that are going with the Easter journal. And now we'll just do a quick flip through of the Easter journal for everyone to see. So we had a video series on this, which should have just aired in the last few days or week or so. There was quite a few videos. So the cover is the cover is a paper bag. I think from Michael's. My husband went and bought me a bunch of pretty colored paper bags to use for Christmas. And so I've got the Easter egg napkins decoupaged on the front, and this is the center of a paper plate. And then we've got some embellishments, and this strip is off of pillow sham that I tore apart. I love gingham and buffalo check, so I wanted to include that. And then here we have an opening. I don't have anything in this opening, but I did leave it as an opening that could have something else tucked in it. Inside the front cover, we have a pocket or a tuck spot here with just an Easter sticker and a couple of pretty tags. There's that same napkin on a homemade card tag. And then these bags were from the Dollarama, I think. Dollarama or Dollar Tree. I did some Easter tags with receipt book. You can hardly tell that it's a receipt on this one. It's pretty covered up, but it says received from, and there's a number up in this corner. So I did little chicks and a bow and a button and put the little grommet over to the side. I always call them grommets. Eyelet over to the side. So I wanted something tall enough to fit in this paper bag, so that's why that. And then the back side of that paper plate, I used another one to make a little booklet with just some cream colored paper that's out of a sketchbook from the dollar store. And one trick that I do when I want to staple a book together is I'll put the good side of the staple on the back. A lot of people staple it from the front, and then you've got that part on the back that will catch on things. So I put the staple backwards and then cover it with something on the front. I guess you could cover the back too, but I just find that works really well. And then just to reinforce that fabric so it wasn't floppy, I put this printable paper on the back side of it. And then inside, behind the paper bags, the paper bag that's the cover is the pink one, and this one that's the pocket, I made just a little folder with 2 index cards. Used that same paper to join them together, and then used some decoupage on the front and on the back so that it doesn't matter which way you put it in. You're going to have a pretty picture when you take it out. And then I used a whale tail tab there. So there's at least 8 videos where I do this in different stages if you want to go back and see more of the process. So this was part of the original signature. I sent Wanda a signature of papers that had this as the front page, sort of to indicate that it was for an Easter journal. And I have the same set of papers that I was using to make the journal. So it'll be really interesting to see how different our journals are. So this page was just a sketchbook page. So I just inked with color around the edge, which I haven't done a lot of, and I was wanting to try. So I like how that turned out. And this is obvious. Well, it might not be obvious. It's a decoupaged napkin. And then just a little sticker in this corner, and I switched colors on this side. I've included a few napkins for Wanda. We're doing a napkin exchange while we're at it. So I'll just show you which ones she's getting. She's getting the Woodland Animals, which I've used on the front. They have the matching napkins and matching paper plates. I got that set from Temu. And then peacocks and ostrich. I love him. Some lavender, baby shower. And I use this more for the tie-dye than for the baby shower. It's only got baby shower written on 1/4. And the rest of the 3 sides are just tie-dye. So I like it for that. Santa die cut. Skull die cut. She picked these out. And then the trees with the buffalo check border. So I just had them stuck in an envelope on my desk so they wouldn't get mixed up because I was doing several swaps at once. And then so we'll continue on with the journal. This is just a piece of that paper that they had for printers. They probably still do have it. So that was already those colors. That's why I did the purple on this side. And then the back side of that, I've got another one of these pockets. And I've done this one differently. I folded up the bottom of the bag to make a pocket here and a pocket here. I didn't do a pocket on the side, but I did down behind. So there's another one of those receipt tags. You can tell more that this one is a receipt because I left it a little bit more exposed. And then just white on the back for some journaling space. And then in this plaid pocket, I'm going to put some seeds. And Wanda, I'm assuming you're going to be watching this before you send it back to me. You can keep the seeds. Those are for you. Really, anything that you want in here, you can take out. Like if you like a tag or anything, you can take it out because I can make more. If it's just something you got to have, you just help yourself. That's the way I roll. This one just has like a border of that Easter egg napkin, and that was probably just a scrap from when I did the front. And then a little bunny with a buffalo check scarf. And then because of the coloring on this page, I did the orange inking here, yellow inking here to go with the daffodils. And this daffodils is a vintage postcard with writing on it from 1914. So I did it as a flip so that you could see both sides. And then there's room to write on this page. And then this was a printable. I don't know where it came from. Right at the beginning when I was first starting to do this, I just downloaded stuff from everywhere and printed it. Probably only printed it once, but decided to use it here since I'm not selling this book. The pink plaid, I love that. And I got a pack of Easter egg stickers from Temu and another pack of just little cute bunnies and stuff. So I've used those throughout the book where they kind of fit in color-wise. I did something different on here, which was, for this book, was inked it in brown. I think it looks good too. And then here I did a belly band with the little tiny thin wooden cutouts and just put them all over it, and I inked them in all the pretty colors. And then I put another bunny napkin in there for now. And Wanda, help yourself to it if you need another one. And there's some Shasta daisies on the daisy page, but you're welcome to take them, Wanda. I mean it. And this one is just a tuck spot, and it was just a little piece of card that was fancy, and I just thought it looked good with the daisies. And then there's another decoupage page with that Woodland Friends napkin, and I put another little corner of it up in this page so it kind of coordinates. And then because we had the pansies here and the purple, I inked this page in purple. I was really enjoying using the colored inks to decorate with. And then this is a printable, and then this is something I just stenciled with like a dandelion stencil. And then I inked around. It had a white border from the printing, so I inked around it in orange and continued it on around. And then this page, on this side, it was just the back side of this printable, and this side was the map. So it had pink in the map, so I joined it together with the pink lace instead of ink on that one. This is that flat, what do they call it? Seam binding lace. And on this side of the map, I used orange and did like a stenciled edge around to accentuate the little peach spots in the maps. And then we've got sort of a steampunky page. This was also a printable. And on the back side of it, I used some fabric ribbon. It's like chiffon, and I just loved the way that it was all tattered. The stitching is coming out of it. I just thought it was gorgeous. And so because it's kind of loose, I stuffed a napkin in behind. And then I've got this little bunny envelope. These were envelopes that I found at my dad's, and they were all completely sealed shut from moisture over the years. So I cut the end open and decorated them with bunny napkins. And then I inked it in pink. And so that layers in there. And then another one of these receipt tags. And I had fun doing these with the receipts. That's the first I've done using vintage receipts. They're unused ones. And then we have a cake decorating page, which gives us a nice color. A little bit brighter and darker colors here. And then the brown in parchment paper was from my niece, and that's my chocolate part of the Easter journal. And on it, I put some fabric, torn fabric strips, some purple threads. And I think these ones, they might have been from tearing this fabric, but I think they were from tearing the roses sheets. Anyways, from something that I tore up. And I just did like a nest with eggs. And then the center of the book is a doily that was backed by cardstock, so it wouldn't be so fragile. And it's a coffee dyed doily. And I sewed it in with pretty variegated cord, but I haven't tied any charms on it yet. And then the other nest, I used some fuzzy yarn that I got in a tassel recently. And then there's the other side of the basket page, or the cake decorating page. I had two of those books identical, so I tore one of them up. They're from the 80s. And then some lined paper with more of the Easter eggs. Map with the orange squares, stencils, the seam binding page again. That's that same design there. And then I kind of stopped. I didn't get the rest of it inked, and I don't think I will before I send it. So Wanda mentioned to me that she still had some things she wanted to do in hers too, but we wanted to exchange them. And we're not exchanging them to keep, we're exchanging them just to look and feel and touch. We like to do swaps together anyway, so that's why we're doing it. And then this is just a few of the stickers. So Wanda, if you want those, help yourself. And then another one of these little bunny envelopes. So again, if you would like to keep one or two of those, or both of them, whatever, help yourself. A couple more of these things that I used to make a belly band. I just inked them up and stuck them in there because they were long enough. And then some more seeds in another one of these little pouches where I flipped up the bottom to make a second tuck spot, or a third one really. Yeah, there's actually 1, 2, and then in behind on this one as well. And there's more of those bunnies. And then here's where I didn't get any inking done at the back. I was working through it diligently, and then kind of, there's some chicks that I got recently. So when I get it back from you, I may do some more inking, or you know what, feel free to do some if you want. And then another one of these tags. I thought these were such cute little bunnies. They're from the Mary Maxim catalog, which I've talked about before. And then more of our bunny and more of our wood grain and roses. And then in the back, big opening side of the paper bag, I've just stuffed some of the fabrics that I used because I might want more of them to finish the book. So don't take those on me, Wanda, unless you really must. So I will get this all packaged up. She had mentioned that hers was going in the mail, so I don't want her to be waiting too long. So I'm going to get it packaged up today and sent off. It's nice when it's a prepaid box. You can just drop it at the post office and not worry about whether it's got enough postage. So watch your mail, Wanda, and I'll be watching mine, and I can't wait to see what yours turned out like. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.